Hey everybody, this is Rydo, and we are back to Ori and the Blind Forest Definitive Edition. So we made it to the right half of this map and got a double jump. Now I guess the general idea is that I'm supposed to somehow get over to this left hand of the map, and I'm not 100% sure how I was supposed to do that. Let's see, let's just make sure. See, because you can double jump to barely get up to this point, and you kind of have to come at an angle, and then you can double jump to get up to this, but you barely can reach that. Alright, let me save. Alright. And then I'm still not really sure why those are explodable. And I feel like I can't really go up that direction. And here we've got a spider that's just gonna decide to attack us. If we are lucky, we will be done. We'll be far enough along that I can actually start to increase my attack. Right. Can I get up here? Yes. Yes. I need more energy. Do I want to go all the way that direction? No, I don't. I want to instead when this clears up, come down here and then immediately save, and then come over here. And which way do we go? This way. Oops. So to get through here, I need 4 energy cores, which I'd have if I hadn't died so often and needed to save. Ability cells, you gain another ability point to access the ability tree. Alright, great. So far I can't. And I'm doomed. Okay. So let's go this way. This is something you push. Does it give you a thing to jump on? And there were some secret things before. I just don't know what these are even. Alright, well, let's is this some kind of weird mirror ability? Ah, not quite in a mirror ability, but something, but not quite good enough either. Seriously, I don't know if we're gonna be able to make it through this game. It feels rather rage quitty. It does not feel like it wants to treat you fairly. Yeah, right trigger to grab and move. Yeah, I got that. Push it that way. Push it that way. I think it's probably been programmed specifically to also not fall in a different direction. Right, so what do we do? However, yeah, there's no way you're going to be able just to run through that in time. So there needs to be something here that would drain energy, and I don't have that. I can't even get back. Yeah. This is just a little too much frustration for no good reason. Like, why isn't there not an energy refill somewhere around here? Like, why am I doing this? So I guess we go this way. It doesn't feel like I can easily do this, but maybe. So yeah, I'm gonna like run all the way around, and either I'm gonna go back now at this point and open the door, or I'm gonna save here, which I have to really do. Yeah. So I need to slide down this way. This spider really showing that his natural abilities of being a spider pretty nicely trumps my abilities of being a whatever creature I am. Alright, now we should be able to do this. We need 2 more ability points. That's all we need. These little bats that hanging up here, not really attacking me. I guess we leave this crystal alone, because there's kind of no reason for that, and maybe at some point we would have, well, we'd want to jump down that direction. I guess what we want to do is something like this. And then something like this. That is asking a lot of the player, though. Like, definitely asking a lot of the player. Fall to my death if I'm not careful. And every time I do one of these things and I actually succeed, even though I'm moaning completely about it and saying, oh, this is not reasonable for the game to actually ask you to do, I'm legitimately surprised that I am actually able to do it. And kind of happy about that too, because let's face it, you never as a gamer want to have to admit to yourself that you're getting slower or less qualified. Well, that just triggered a shortcut. Let's go ahead and open that gateway, so that's, we now have a shortcut. Yeah, we're gonna just have to run through this game, every part of this game, a couple times. Just kind of no doubt about it. We also have been confirmed we're not going to get a triple jump unless we unlock it on ourselves. So I need to, any other movement abilities we get are not just going to be a simplification of a triple jump. It will be something different. Alright, where does that rock come from? Alright, we're finally able to help the guy. Boy, they just want this character to be so nice. Why are we helping the guy? He stole the thing. Or he brought kindness and hope to his heart. Interesting. Well, I don't want to go down here. So I guess he's gonna just give it to us. And this is what we've been trying to collect. We've recovered the water vein. This ancient gemstone will grant you the entrance to Genzo Tree. Remember, the elements of waters rest high atop the Genzo Tree. We shall bring back the waters. Let us return immediately. So the game is saying immediately, and I kind of agree with them. Like, it doesn't make a lot of sense to try and jump down this way and do this puzzle and get all these collectibles. Instead, we'll just go up. And we have the double jump, so we can do that. And we could probably do this now. Is that something to explode? Well, the slight slant of all that implies to me no. Yeah, I can't make it over there either. So up we go. Two more upgrades. That's all I want. No, that's not true. There's a lot more upgrades I want. Can I get over in that area? It feels like the game is playing very fast and loose with what instantly kills you. Can you safely jump down here? Do this, blow this up for kind of no reason. Then get smashed to death. made it over there, but is it worth it to make it over there? I think the answer is probably no. Also feels like we are getting introduced to some kind of dive bombing from the rooftop type creature, which seemed to have kind of a high explosive radius. I would argue that that's a growing problem. Could I fast travel and just not worry about collecting any of the collectibles? I think we just warp. So looking at the map, yes, there's this whole section over here that would basically put you in a circle going back to where you first started, with a lot of abilities that we still don't have. And sure, around the rest of the world map there's plenty of collectibles, but I think we just warp to this well and call it a day. The thing to learn and figure out is how big are these dungeons, if that's what this really is going to unlock, is a dungeon that is its own separate map. Or I guess it doesn't hurt to save the game again. Yeah, this might go to a separate dungeon with a separate map, or it might somehow just move more north, more upward. I guess until we figure that out completely. And this was the place where we had to struggle really hard to get the height, and now a double jump. It really is no struggle at all. But no kind of air dash or anything is gonna get me that far. And they are quite cruel to have an enemy spawn and be exactly where I might land. So let's see this. Insert this, it opens a door, and press up. Again, we're getting terrible icons. The Ginzo tree itself might just be a platforming. This might just be a single platforming puzzle. The waters of Nibel once flowed through this very tree. Now it's all rotten and dried up inside. We shall restore the flow. The Ginzo's heart we must find. Seems like they're trying to rhyme. Guess we'll save. Yeah, and it is just more north. So it's almost... yeah, I guess what they're trying to do here is, instead of a game like Metroid where the maps tended to kind of be bespoke, discrete to certain areas, they're instead trying to have an experience where the entirety of the map and the world is all on one screen, which will be very useful when you do cleanup and potentially try to collect everything that try and collect and clean up everything that ever may be around. I have no idea how we're supposed to do this, but if I was to guess, it is going to involve a decent amount of effort on my part. I guess what I was supposed to do was probably try and attack that. I don't know. You go through back that way. What does it say about tap B to access the ability tree? That's just because I saved there. Alright. So, feels like what we have to do is probably get on the other side or on the top without taking too much damage, which seems somewhat doable if I can just not be a spaz. This really feels like another one of these experiences where you would be better off if you could if you could zoom in the camera some. Doesn't really need to be this zoomed out. Well, the good news seems to be that they're going to give us some health refill and a checkpoint. So it'll be interesting to see what the rest of this map fills out with, because I assume we're not just gonna see the end of height. Alright, let's see, we need to... I'm right on the edge on this, and it's not really wanting to attack that guy. Alright, you can't attack these guys. Good to know. Yeah. These are straight out of Metroidvania. And I feel like the comparisons to the Iron Giant, which, like, the Iron Giant story was, I think people forget it, it was a robot that was designed to be a weapon of war that didn't want to be a weapon of war. As far as I understand it, I don't think I've ever actually watched the movie. And I was comparing this to My Neighbor Totoro, which the art feels that way, but that's not really the comparisons that should be made. The more important comparison to mention here, by far, is this is much more like playing Super Meat Boy, or combined with I don't have enough to save here. It's Super Meat Boy combined with Metroid. And I guess you can't really complain too much with there being another relatively good Metroid game on PC. That's kind of a ridiculous thing to potentially complain about. Seriously. The problems here, though, are becoming quite evident. That we're gonna... The Super Meat Boy element is showing its ugly face, just making this more frustrating than it needs to be, because I can't get a checkpoint system and I can't save without energy. And it doesn't matter what health they give you, not one bit. I think there's something over here. Yeah, this thing, which I don't know how this works. Like, you can't grab it and do anything with it. You can't attack it and do anything with it. You can blow it up. But unless there's just some secondary reason why in this game you would want to blow those up, I don't know. Alright. This is total BS. It really is. And it's starting to really pee me off. Because the problem is they didn't tell me how tall this building was going to be. They didn't give me any kind of indication that this was a good point to think about saving. They didn't do anything like that. And there's no shortcut that I unlocked by doing this. I guess this is probably a lesson as to why when you see games and the graphics sometimes look a little bit bad, but they play relatively well. And I'm only talking about that scenario. This might be the reason, as we see it. Is there maybe a way where I could get to the other side where that crystal is? No. So I have to jump on this, then jump against this wall, and then double jump through here, fall and double jump through there. And then we jump up to this, and that gives me some more health, but really doesn't help me much. What to do? Yeah, what really to do? Difficulty easy. Like, I'm playing on easy. I'm gonna just hit every button on the controller in hopes that something might decide to let me have some more energy. Remember, these guys can't be killed. There's no indication that they can ever be killed. And now I'm just gonna play a little bit crazier. I assume everything on the left wall just correlates to the right wall, and that there isn't some kind of secret passage that happens to just be right there. Y, left, right, this, B, X. Pause. Back to the map. And I can't even really get to the map options. Okay. Well, I figured that out. And then that gives me at least a thing to save. Is there some kind of ability, I don't even have an ability right now, that would give me soul link energy for getting health energy? I've seen the opposite on this path, and this path I think is all just offensive upgrades. Is there something like really down this way? No, so there is no ability like that. Good to know, I suppose. At least we're somewhere. At least we made a little bit of progress. And it looks to me like we probably won't have to suffer through this as much. There you go. We'll just save there. Alright. This is a kind of crazy fall. You have to circle every which way. Well, might as well go through that one. Where am I? Just save again. Easy mode. Well, you get two options here. Either easy mode should absolutely have a very easy mode, and then the very easy mode should equate to you how is this gonna go? Yeah. Either the game should have a very easy mode, or that gives you an infinite, or at least on a timer, refilling actions to refill your energy, or the game should offer something else. How is that gonna work? So we've got a projectile shooting creature. And he'll shoot beams. Oh no. It's easier than it seemed. Although I'm gonna have to be fairly careful not to accidentally kill myself. So we'll just stop for a moment and wait for this next beam to hit. And then I need to just climb up in this general direction, and then jump down, and then out we go. And energy, and that. And the game saved for me and refilled all my energy by default. And let's see. How am I supposed to do this? I think it is. I think I have to kind of jump here, get this guy to attack me. But he doesn't have enough of a twist either. So is there something here. Okay, so this is just a straight up fight. Well, good to figure that out. I probably should just die. Let's just start over. Alright, this is just a straight up fight then. Alright, we can handle that accordingly. We'll just determine when he wants to attack and where he wants to attack and move out of the way. And it seems like it's the same tentacle everywhere, so this should be fine. It would be a lot more annoying if I had to defeat each one of these tentacles separately. Right. So, just kind of an unexpected boss fight, which there was no save after that, so we'll just go ahead and save after the point. And it looks like we need to collect a couple of door pieces. So this is going to be annoying. I have to drop and then not drop too much to do that. Alright, that actually looked better than I thought it might. And then come over there. Alright, we can now see the door, although with this color palette I don't see where my character is. Feels like my character should not be white when you're gonna have glowing blue characters or glowing blue lights. Okay. That way. This is gonna be a nightmare. I'm gonna fall through here and go the absolute wrong way. Right. That wasn't too bad. Right, so we fall through here and then we go over here and that breaks and kills us. I kind of have to file yet another complaint on the way they've introduced the double jump as something that you want, but then also as something you need. Alright, here, we'll just go that way. So, ideally, in a platformer game, there would be very little jumps that require a double jump. It should be an assistive technology, not a required technology. But I guess this looks like we might be alright. We're not going to get a triple jump anytime soon, so I don't know how we were supposed to get up there. We'll see. See what this gives us. Cries of dismay I hear deep inside this ancestral tree. Reem was agile, he dashed through the air, listened to his voice, the wisdom he shared. Yeah, this is not written by somebody who is a native English speaker. You've learned Bash. To use this ability, hold Y near lanterns or enemy projectiles, then aim in the direction your leap projectiles will be redirected in the opposite direction. Well, at least now, 2.5 hours later in the game, we will be able to we'll be able to actually use the Y button. It's rather ridiculous. Alright, so we figured it out now. What bash is. Bash attack can be used on enemy. Press Y and choose a direction. However, I don't think that's what they meant for me to do. I think they meant for me to do something like that so that I could get up that direction and use that to get up higher. Which, oh man, are we just from the fat into the fryer? That's not what that's not a phrase. We still also are not getting any of the, we're really not getting any of the soul links. This is gonna take a while. Yeah, this looks so cool. But it totally doesn't really work. How am I supposed to get up that direction? I guess maybe I'm misinterpreting what I'm saying, and I should be able to do this. No? Game? Is there something else to bash? Yeah, I'm just hitting the wall. Right now I'm kind of in this stuck area. It says, hold near projectile. Oh, I've got it. So you have to bash the other direction if you want the projectile to go that direction. Okay. I think I see what we're doing. We can manage to not die. But also decent chance of dying. So should I just save? I guess I have to. Still not getting enough soul link stuff. I'm not going to regret saving here in a second, as I'm gonna take one hit. Yeah, I saw that coming. You've got to get the angle fairly right and the timing fairly right. And I think you're probably going to have to correct in the process too. So, yep. Gotta be really careful not to take any damage here. Alright, that nearly killed me. Oh my goodness. Oh man. I don't know. I just don't know about this game. Like, this, calling this the easy mode is an insult to the word easy. Like, this is unacceptably, I want to have to use the word ball breaking, but ball breaking is probably about the best word. Like, I only have one right thumb, so pressing A, for instance, and to jump to something, then having to press Y and hold down Y is a little bit more challenging than they seem to think it would be. And then throwing an enemy in the way when enemies don't really do anything for you. They don't give you health guaranteed. They don't give you well, they don't give you health guaranteed. They don't give you a saves energy guaranteed. And only got so much of this. Right. Only so much of this I was willing to potentially try and take on. Oh, I need the energy though. Okay, we need that. Yeah. Found an energy cell, which lets me save. Was there anything else to blow up over here? Not really. Another thing. And do I want to go ahead and save here? Because it seems like we just got another door. 55% done. Alright. Let's see. Alright. Oh man, this is just too much. It's too much all in one step. To have to get like a perfect angle and then a double jump to get that. And then I definitely can't do that. So then I have to do something like come on. Now I have to go all the way over here. Oh man, and there's just no place to save. So I have to assume that I need all these keys. It may not really be as much of a factor to get the one. Let's see. yeah, I really don't have a lot to say there. But yeah, you needed every single one of those, and you were just completely out of luck otherwise. And unless the game is just gonna do you the very generous maneuver of not forcing you to fight anybody, it seems like you probably still have like a boss fight in this section. Yeah. Or no, yeah, this was a boss fight. Alright. So, this guy is going to shoot a projectile at you, and then you're going to have to use the projectile to either redirect yourself and not die, or it seems like what you're going to have to do is only attack from the center. Yeah. Yeah, I think you can only attack from the center pedestal. And that means you have to keep an eye on the center pedestal at all times. And now at this point we're going a little long. Oh man, it's like 3 different things to keep an eye on. Is the pedestal moving up and down? Are you capable of hitting somebody? Alright. As far as the game is concerned, this is an unsafe zone. And I can't get up that high to get to that lantern. Seriously. Well, we're 8 minutes over. We get a well. And it's at 63%, which means I guess we're just going to go up higher and higher and higher. The massive amount of height here implies to me that there's a lot more map. If we look at the map and zoom out, like this tree is not taller than the mountain in the background, so unless we never actually reach the mountain in the background, which we can't highlight the mountain in the background, so maybe that is the case, but we also can't really highlight the areas to the left at all. Right now we're seeing 5 areas. This is really, really long, really, really frustrating. They've made it fairly obvious that we need the maximum amount of energy as possible, and so we have 5 out of 15. Yeah, even at some point later in the game, having 15 save points seems like it might not be enough. More health would also be very helpful, but in neither case have I really done anything. I've died 74 times now. This next ability is almost certainly a dash ability. We've done 1 world event. It's not like I've been skipping or missing collectibles intentionally. Like, there's plenty of things certainly that I wasn't able to get, but for the most part, the experience I'm having right now on easy is the experience that they intended for people playing easy to have. And I guess maybe I could warp out of this area if it got a little bit too difficult. I guess maybe I have to warp out of this area. let's see. You do this, and that gets you up, I guess, there. And that gets you to this part. Darted against a tree once kept the elements of water safe, but now it's corrupted, all foul and decayed. We have to help it cure it and cleanse it of all the blight by removing the corruption on both of the sides. Well, yeah, that seems like more gameplay. I guess maybe they mean both sides, left and right, or top and bottom, not an alternate light and dark world, which honestly I don't think I would enjoy if they had introduced an idea of a light and dark world. Now, I am definitely at a point where I want to just kind of fast track my way through this game. We're not even really, by the looks of the collectibles, halfway through, and by the amount of time it seems to take to beat this game, we're less than 3 hours into the game. I think I saw it took somewhere between 12 and 17. I think it said 17. That means there can be quite a lot more. Perhaps what the game does is require you to collect all the collectibles. That would be very annoying. Let's see. We have seen 24% of Nibel, which is the name of the forest. So, yeah, we're a quarter of the way through the game at 3 hours, which would be 12 hours to beat the whole game, and probably more than that. Well, I'm not sure, man. A lot of button mashing, a lot of finger blistering, a lot of frustration going on, and it's not getting better, it's getting worse. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. If you want a friend or follow me on any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below in the description box. And if you want to support me further, there's a link to Patreon, or you can friend me on Steam and gift me a game off my wishlist. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.